Avowed is finally coming, or at least it sort of looks like it. We know for sure that the Xbox Showcase will be going live on June 11th, followed by the massive Starfield Direct happening toward the end of the entire event. And of course, while we're all still very much excited for Starfield, there is one other big name going through everyone's minds, and that of course is Avowed. Avowed was first announced all the way back in summer of 2020, and around a year later the team behind Avowed, that of course being Obsidian Entertainment, did give us a little update, saying, "For those who are wondering about Avowed, the team is hard at work making something that we're sure fans of our games and the Pillars of Eternity universe are going to love. While we're not showing anything right now, we are looking forward to showing off what we have been working on soon." End quote. Now of course that soon has been and gone, as this statement was released 2 years ago at this point, over 2 years ago actually, and we've still heard absolutely nothing from the dev team. But we've had some pretty major leaks. Jez Corden, an extremely reliable Xbox insider, did say that in 2021 he saw some leaked gameplay of Avowed, and that it looked really good. Even saying he saw things such as a musket, a 17th century like gun, in the game, and personally I think that this sounds really great. Guns, or rather muskets, would be a great way for Avowed to separate itself from its #1 competitor, that of course being the Elder Scrolls. Plus Pillars of Eternity does have these kind of weapons, from what I understand. I've never actually played a Pillars of Eternity game, and considering the two games are sharing a universe, this is likely to be true. Now Jez has also stated that he believed that Avowed could launch in Q1 or Q2 of 2023, and of course we know by now that that definitely isn't happening, but that does confirm something, that when Jez saw the leaked gameplay that he suspected the game was roughly 2-ish years away, so that does kinda confirm at least that Avowed is sort of doing well. But we did also keep hearing from other insiders on how Obsidian keeps losing leads on the project, which of course isn't a great sign for Avowed overall. Jason Schreier, another insider, did confirm that yes, Avowed has gone through some reboots and changed directors. Now to me this isn't necessarily a thing that we should worry about. Of course it does sound rough, but it also just sounds like Obsidian are trying to make the game as good as they can. Otherwise they probably would have just given up by now and rushed it out. So basically in short, we still have no release date, and considering it's June and we haven't heard anything official in 2 years, we're definitely not getting the game this year. But in my personal opinion, I do think 2024 is the year for Avowed. This way Xbox have 3 major games dropping over the next few years, with Starfield coming this year, Avowed next year, and maybe The Outer Worlds 2 in 2025, as Obsidian have stated before that they really want to start putting out a new game every single year. Now a few more things that we do know about the game is that the game will be on Unreal Engine 5, and the game is of course set in the Pillars of Eternity universe, and we also have had some pretty cool leaks. Of course, as I'm sure that most of you will know by now, a while back we got a bunch of leaks of loads of character models and armors and things like that. They were found on ArtStation just a couple of months before Avowed's official trailer even released. They were all simply titled Characters and Armors for an Unreal Engine 4 project, and of course we know that they would have moved on to Unreal Engine 5 by now. But anyway, plus the person who did post these on their ArtStation pages does work for Obsidian, and I gotta say these all look really cool to me. This one leak is the thing that's getting me the most hyped for this game. Now some other pretty major leaks have stated that Avowed will be much more dense than Skyrim in size, and we know for sure that the game will be open world and most likely single player, thank god, right? And that Obsidian do have plans for mod support, which is really great to hear. To me, I do think that it sounds like we will also be diving into console mods for the Xbox, just like Bethesda Game Studios did for Skyrim and Fallout 4. This of course keeps people playing the game for much longer on the Xbox, which is Microsoft's main focus here, and it's just overall good for Obsidian as a whole. Now this exact same leak did state that there will be a massive focus on the magic and physics system, and judging from the trailer and this leaked screenshot, which we will talk about more in just a sec, it does look that way. I mean, the magic here looks really awesome. Now the same leak does also go on to say that there will be 2 major cities and a lot of other smaller ones, and that gods will play a major role as a part of the game. And finally, that the game will have a combat class system and also feature a dual wielding mechanic similar to Skyrim. You know how we could hold 2 weapons at once, which we can of course see here in the trailer. But just quickly going back to Jez Corden, again somebody that I do fully trust, has also tweeted saying that he thinks most people are going to be very impressed with Avowed, which is absolutely great to hear. Also mentioning that class system we just spoke about, and how the world is more colourful than the Outer Worlds, whatever that means, because the Outer Worlds is hella colourful, and how those musket guns will be in the game. Honestly, behind Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5, Avowed is my most anticipated game, coming somewhat soon, and I know I'm not alone when I say I'll be quite disappointed if we don't hear or at least see anything at the Xbox showcase this year. Because in my honest opinion, it has been way too long since we heard anything about Avowed, and honestly I really wish developers would stop announcing games like 20 years before they're ready, although I understand why they do it. The thing we can be almost sure of is that Avowed is going to release before the Elder Scrolls 6, especially if you believe the current Bethesda timeline like I do, meaning that the Elder Scrolls 6 won't release until 2026 at best. And that's great because Avowed and Starfield can likely hold us over until Elder Scrolls 6 releases. Fingers crossed. Now, if you ask me, I do think that we will get a new trailer for Avowed this year on June 11th at the Xbox Showcase event, but I don't think it will be much, like don't expect a full 15 minutes of gameplay like we got with Starfield last year. That would be amazing, but I think that we'll maybe get a new teaser trailer much like the old one. Perhaps a release date if we're very lucky, maybe a new gameplay trailer, which is what I am personally hoping for, but I'm not holding my breath for. And yes, I do think that Avowed will drop in, I don't know, late 2024, because they're not going to want to release it anywhere near the same time that Starfield releases. Because let's be honest with ourselves, Bethesda and Obsidian share a lot of the same audience thanks to the Fallout franchise, and Avowed would 100% lose players if everyone is still mostly playing Starfield when Avowed launches. And yes, of course, people like you and I will probably still be playing Starfield in 10 years time, but the casual audience won't be, and that's who most of the money comes from. But unfortunately that is pretty much everything we know about Avowed. I just thought that it would be good to update everyone on the game and get all of the current information out there to everyone, because I am pretty convinced that we are about to get a huge info dump, or at least a new trailer or something at the Xbox showcase in just a few days. So with that being said, if you do want to stay up to date on everything that comes out of that showcase, whether that's all of the Avowed news, Starfield or anything else, I've got you completely covered here, because I'm going to be breaking that showcase down into tiny pieces over the next month or so, I'd imagine. Anyways, as always, a big massive thank you to our channel members for supporting me, the channel and the content month after month. It means a lot, guys, and I hope that you all know that. But that will do it for me today, so thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time.